Hello, Pisces. This is your tarot reading for love and relationships for the month of June 2019. I'm going to be laying out the cards in a few more seconds. This will be my 7-card relationship reading. And this is probably the most informative reading I can give that gives you more insight about your partner. So 3 cards here, 3 cards here, 1 card in the middle. These will be your cards. So we have a 2 of Swords, Justice, Ace of Cups. For your partner's cards, we have 6 of Cups, the Lovers, and then the Hermit. 1 more card, that's the card connecting you two. Okay, so let's look at what's going on here. The card in the middle, we have 8 of Pentacles. And this is a good card. It's not very romantic. It's earth, it's grounded, slow energy. But this is about focus and being productive and working out problems. And so what I'm seeing and feeling from this card, some of you probably had previous relationship issues that you had to work out. Maybe there was a breakup, makeup. But whatever the case, it feels as if there was a big issue that really was a speed bump in the relationship. And so now you're on, sort of like caution mode because you don't want this problem to happen again. So it kind of feels like, especially first glance at these cards, it feels like you are sort of backing off from your love interest because they kind of, as I said, I feel like there was some disappointment, some failure, that your partner's dropped the ball and it's not as easy to get your trust back. So when I look at the past influences, yours and your partner's, 2 of Swords, that's the card of indecision. And interestingly enough, your love interest has this 6 of Cups, which is the card of past memories, missing someone. And so that's where I'm getting the impression you had to back off because you're not sure. I'm getting the sense that this person's trying to regain your trust or that there are trust issues and you're just sort of like once bitten, twice shy in this situation. When we get to the present, very, very interesting. You've got that Justice card, strong major arcana. This is about doing the right thing. Do right by me. Also pay attention, you go from 2 swords to 1, which is the energy of decisiveness. You will know what you want as the month goes on, but you'll also know what bullshit you're not going to tolerate. Your partner has the Lover's card. That's a nice energy. It's the most romantic card there is in the tarot. But Lover's energy is not necessarily committed energy. It's a very sexual, spiritual, sexual connection. It feels like a soulmate connection. But the thing about the Lover's card is that there's always these roller coaster moments. Things go up and down. And you get that feeling, oh, I can't live with them. I can't live with them. I can't live without them. That type of deal. So you're not, it feels like you're not romantically interested. It feels like, yes, your partner wants to be with you intimately and all that good stuff, but you're like, I don't know. So this Justice card is interesting for you guys. It feels like you've got your mind made up about the relationship and you know what you want. So the future is very interesting. You've got an Ace of Cups. Your love interest has the Hermit. And note how the Hermit, it's like the Hermit is searching. So Ace of Cups, it's about new beginnings in love. Sometimes it can mean a makeup, okay? Sometimes it can mean a couple taking it to the next level, but it's always about emotional happiness, ecstasy, euphoria. Sometimes it can mean having self-esteem, loving yourself, all of that. So it feels like if there was distance for some of you with your partner, it feels like there might be a little bit of reconciliation, because your partner might have, if this is a breakup, it feels as if your partners are thinking things over and they're hoping to reconnect. So that's what I'm seeing for June. A lot of working out, gaining your trust, your partner, realizing certain mistakes, that type of thing. That was your reading. Remember, my relationship readings are $10 for the entire summer. So if you would like your own reading, by all means, go to tarotbyaire.com and book an appointment. You'll see the book now button. Take care. Hope you're having a wonderful summer, and I'll see you next month. Hello, Aries. This is your love and relationship reading for June 2019. Okay. This is a 7-card reading. 3 for you, 3 for your partner, 1 in the middle. Knight of Pentacles reversed, 2 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. Here's your partner's cards. 8 of Pentacles, Wheel of the Year, the High Priestess. Last card, 10 of Cups. Okay, very interesting. One of the things I notice, especially with these pentacles, you have 3 pentacles, and then you have a pentacle with this major arcana, Wheel of the Year. And this is reversed as well. Now, the interesting thing, pentacles represent stability, responsibility. They represent coins, money, currency, career. So pentacles, they're not like cups. They're not very romantic, but they can give a lot of information in your physical world, your home, your job, your career, that might affect your relationship. And also, because pentacles are so slow, they sort of give a heads up on time frames, like how long will this take? So the card in the middle is a 10 of Cups, and this is a wonderful card. Everyone loves this card in the tarot because it's about happy endings, that fairy tale, family, marriage, commitment, the whole shebang. But also 10 is a number in tarot that signals the end of a cycle, the beginning of a new one. So what I will say about this, Aries, between you and your partner, is that there is an emotional bond. There is some sort of emotional connection where you two seem to have this understory that keeps you thinking about each other, keeps you together. What I'm seeing now for June is maybe some type of separation or distance. The past, your Knight of Pentacles is reversed. In the meantime, your partner has that 8 of Pentacles. They're busy doing things, but their neglect is also sort of turning your energy around. Okay, so yeah, I do get your partner being distracted, not as attentive. And so, yeah, I think that there's a big disconnect here. When we get here, going into the energies of June, you do have a 2 of Wands. Wands represent fire, creativity, power, and passion. I also note that he's looking away from your partner. And your partner, in the meantime, has that Wheel of the Year, but it's reversed. And this is also a sign of your luck If it's reversed, it means that there might be a change in your luck. You're going to take a big loss. Sometimes it does represent natural cycles, summer, winter, spring, fall. Everything happens for a reason. So what I'm getting here is that for some reason there is going to be a separation, but it is going to be for the wrong reasons. Or there will be a distance or conflict, something that your partner does that does push you away. I think you need to be aware that this kind of means that they're not going in the right direction. You know, negative energy, refusal to change and adjust. So when we get here to the future, you do have that Five of Pentacles. Sometimes in a romantic reading, it can mean being lonely and abandoned. But once again, I kind of see this as a hibernation. For some reason, I feel like for some of you Aries, it's about taking a time out. Your partner has the High Priestess. This is inner contemplation, but it's also about keeping your emotions together, understanding the mysteries. I feel like if you and your partner end up taking a break later on in the next few weeks, it will be for a good reason, because it feels like your partner is distracted by some life goals and other issues that are kind of pulling them away from the romantic connection with you. But it's a phase that will play itself out. The cycle will move on, and your partner will have a much stronger connection with you. And that was your reading. And if you would like your own romantic reading, it's only $10. Go to tarotbyaire.com, and I'm having this special for the rest of the month. I hope you're having a wonderful summer. So have fun. I'll see you next month. And as always, I wish you love and light. Hello, Taurus. This is your love and relationship reading for July 2019. Okay. Cutting the cards. This will be my 7-card relationship energy reading. There will be 3 cards for you, 3 cards for your partner on the other side, and then 1 card in the middle. Here are your cards. Justice, 2 of Pentacles, Wheel of the Year. Interesting. Your partner, 4 of Cups, Ace of Wands reversed, Queen of Cups. Last card, the High Priest, also called the Hierophant in other tarot decks, the traditional Rider-Waite. So let's see what's going on between you two. First off, I want to look at that High Priest. Very serious card, by the way, because this card is about trust and commitments, doing your duty. Sometimes it can actually mean counseling, you know, couples counseling, a need for mediation. And it can just basically mean 2 people are trusting each other, they've made up, there was a conflict and it was resolved. And it can also mean a marriage contract, because the priest, of course, is the officiator of the wedding. So yeah, as I said, very serious card. So even though some of you are not in long-term relationships, there does seem to be this sense of trust and balance and faithfulness and commitment. So sometimes when I do see this card in romantic readings, it can mean cheating, keeping your vows. If it's reversed, yeah, definitely a possibility of some cheating going on. Now let's look at the past energies prior to July. We have Justice and we have a 4 of Cups. And what I see going on between you and your partner is you demanding, standing your ground, asking your partner to do the right thing or to commit or to do something right. And your partner is just sort of having, you know, just being moody, emotionally wishy-washy, that type of thing. But you're demanding, you know, we need to fix this in the relationship. How are we going to address this? Are we moving forward? That type of thing. The second, this is the month of July pretty much. And it's interesting that there's a Two of Pentacles, which is the card of juggling two things. Juggling how two homes, two jobs, two people. But in general, it just means you're going to be busy. You're going to be focused on other things while the partner's having a little hissy fit, because now they have an Ace of Wands reversed. And this is a card, when it's not reversed, it's supposed to be the card about new beginnings and starting over and being optimistic, having hope, new birth really, but it's reversed. So I'm getting the feeling that, you know, your partner, I don't know why your partner's acting out, but it's just reversing his whole energy. And I'm starting to see the story unfold where you want to start moving productively in the relationship. There's an issue that's going on. Maybe it's a money issue or a job issue or an emotional commitment issue. But whatever it is, it's something that you feel deservedly needs to be addressed. And your partner is like, I don't want to talk about this now. You know, the whole range for some of you. It can be a whole range of issues going on here with your partner. But here's what's very, very interesting, Taurus. Pay attention here. For the future, you have that Wheel of the Year, and your partner has a Queen of Cups. So here's what I think went on. You got busy. You're like, I'm not dealing with your bullshit. And your partner is like, well, I'm not going to talk to her anymore. Hello, Gemini. This is your love and relationship reading for July 2019. So I'm going to cut the cards. This will be my 7-card spread. A lot different than the ones I've been doing. So 3 cards for you, 3 cards for your partner, and then 1 card in the middle. So these are your cards. You have a Page of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and the Moon. Your partner has Page of Wands, 4 of Cups. This has been showing up a lot for some reason. It's shown up at least 3 times. And then 8 of Wands. 1 more card. 2 of Wands. Okay. So let me start with this middle card that's joining you two together. 2 of Wands is about partnerships, and it's also about making plans, hoping those plans are successful, looking forward to plans that start to manifest. So this is more like, I really hope this happens, I'm looking forward to it. But in a relationship reading, we have a partnership. So there is a connection. Now, whether it's an emotionally committed connection, I'm not quite sure. It seems like you two have a lot of wands overall. It's a dominant energy. They represent fire, and fire represents change. And so I feel like, you know, in the month of July, this will all be about changes, adjusting, making long-term plans, thinking ahead. And it could be one or both of you, but I kind of feel like overall that's what's going on. Now these 2 cards here, this is your past and this is your partner's past. So it's interesting that you both have 2 pages, because those are about beginners. And sometimes it can mean a message. I think that this is actually a very interesting pairing because Pentacles represent Earth. And Earth is always very slow, but it's also about thinking things through, taking your time, paying attention to the details. In the meantime, you have this Page of Wands who's like, oh, I'm ready to get started. I cannot wait. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's get it on. So for some of you Geminis, and you are air signs, but fire is a pretty interesting element because it needs air to survive. But I do see you being a little cautious here, and most air signs are. So this is your slow down, let me think about it energy. When we get here to the bulk of July, we have that Queen of Wands. You're directing the relationship. It's your energy powering things through. In the meantime, your partner is a little watery. They're a little bit emotionally like, I'm not ready yet. Take your, so now you're ready. You have that fire energy, but I kind of feel like it's you taking charge, and maybe that's a problem because you have to have balance in relationships. We have fire over here, water over here. There's bound to be some clashes. When we look here in the future, this is going to be interesting. I'm looking at your partner's card first in the future because that Eight of Wands is pretty powerful. It's about speed, something happening really, really quickly. And you have karma, which is about the cycles of your decisions. What goes around comes around. Whatever you put into the earth, that's what you get back in return. So these arrows are heading in your direction for some reason. Something very quickly is about to happen. So maybe you use some of your little wands energy and it's returning back to you in the relationship, standing your ground, being assertive. It can be a number of reasons. But I get the feeling that you're much more stable, not stable as in, I'm not referring to craziness, but it feels like you're a little bit more grounded in the relationship. And once you think things over slowly, you're ready to move forward. And then once you're ready to move forward, you're like, come on, let's go. And so your partner, your energy is between the fire. It's interesting because they keep shifting back and forth between you two, but it is between you two. So that's what I mean when I'm looking at this Wands energy, where a big event that I think is going to be pretty good might be happening for you, Gemini, in July. So get ready. If you still don't understand, it kind of feels like your partner has been moody and thinking about something, and then they spring it on you. Like, here's what I've been thinking. So, as I said, the surprise, it can be sort of like, for some of you, it could actually be a wedding proposal, but in another way, it could just be a big event in your relationship or surprise. A good surprise that you didn't see coming. Okay? So that was your reading. And if you are interested in getting your own personal relationship reading, my special is $10 for the entire summer until Labor Day. So if you would like a little bit more details for you, feel free to go to tarotbyaire.com and book an appointment. I hope you're having a wonderful summer. I'll see you next month. And as always, I wish you love and light. Hello, Cancer. This is your tarot reading for Love and Relationships, July 2019. And this is my relationship energy reading. So there will be 7 cards. There will be 3 cards for you, 3 for your partner, 1 in the middle. So let's get started. This is a Page of Cups for you. This is a 9 of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. Seven of Cups for your partner. These 2 cards are the past, present, future. 3 of Swords. Queen of Wands. One more card. The Magician. Okay. Very interesting what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a big power struggle. Big power struggle because of that Magician. And I'll get to those swords in a second. I think it's interesting how you both match elements. You both have cups here, which represent water. And water is associated with feelings, emotions. Then you both have swords here, and those address the psychological, mental energies, fear, anxiety, hurt, pain. And then on the future, you both sort of like go off the beaten path. You've got 10 of Pentacles. Your partner has a Queen of Wands. This is a slower energy because Pentacles represent Earth. The Queen of Wands, she represents fire, which is very fast. Energy represents change. So, but the dominant energy here in the middle for both of you, note how the Magician has a wand as well. And so when I look at the wand here in the future of your partner, I'm like, yeah, it feels like some of you Cancers are constantly in a power struggle with your partners as far as making decisions and getting on the same page. And so what I see here in the past is, yeah, both of you are emotional. Page of Cups means opening up to love. Sometimes it can mean infatuation. It's not a deep commitment. It just means that you have affection for the person, nothing serious yet, because pages represent beginners. But pages also represent messages, because a page can be someone who delivers a message. So there was a message of love, perhaps. That's what I'm feeling, some type of discussion or conversation about love. And your partner is a little bit wishy-washy, because the Seven of Cups is about making emotional choices. Sometimes it can mean procrastination, daydreaming, and never getting around to doing things. And I interpret that as just your partner not knowing what they want in a relationship. So when we get here to the present, some hurt feelings here. I'm getting a sense, this Nine of Swords, it's about energy vampires, drama, someone who comes into your life to create drama. And so when I see your partner here with a Three of Swords, I'm like, well, why are they hurt? So they're in some type of pain or disappointment, or I don't feel anger. I just feel someone who was hurt for some reason and you didn't know about it. And you're like, oh, wow, I didn't realize you were taking it that hard or something. Acknowledging pain, but it feels like your partner is kind of hurt for some reason. I don't think it's your fault, but some type of grievance or grudge that they need to let go of. So dealing with past hurts or current hurts and pains and disagreements. Then we move on to the future. But I think it's interesting how you slow down. You have that 10 of Pentacles, and 10 is a number that also represents cycles, the end of a cycle, beginning of a new one. So I feel like a little bit of that practical Pentacles energy is going to rescue you, Cancer, for July. And then I feel like your partner is going to sort of like speed up for some reason. As I said, I feel like this is more about dominance. And it could also be that your partner is through with the wishy-washy water deliberation. They're getting over hurts and pain, they're healing. And then they come to the Queen of Wands and they're a little bit more introverted, they're getting over it. And they're ready to start again. They're more inspired. Okay, so nothing wrong with that. At least for you, that emotional energy when you really like someone and you're falling in love, it feels as if a little bit of this drama with the Nine of Swords came in, and you're like, okay, let's back off and take this a little bit more slowly. That's what I'm getting from the cards for you this month. But that was my reading, and if you think you might want your own personal relationship reading, they're only $10 for the entire summer. go to tarotbyaire.com and book an appointment. I hope you're having a lovely summer. I'll see you next month. And as always, I wish you love and light. Hello, Leo. This is your love and relationship reading for July 2019. So let's shuffle the cards, cut them, and get right down to business. This is my 7-card relationship reading spread. So what you will see is 3 cards for you, 3 cards for your partner, 1 card in the middle for both of you. Okay, so I'm going to start with your cards first. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, or the Pope, or the Priest, 6 of Wands. Your partner has an 8 of Swords. I have a 10 of Pentacles. That showed up, I think, for Cancer, as a matter of fact. And then this is 4 of Cups. 1 more card goes in the middle, 3 of Wands. Okay, so let me begin with the card in the middle. This is a 3 of Wands, and it's very important because this is a very optimistic card. It's about hopes and dreams for the future, making plans, and you're sure this is what you want to do, and you're waiting for those ships to come in. You will see the man watching his ships. They're going out to explore, and he's optimistic. He can't wait to see when they come back what they're going to bring. So in a relationship reading, this is a good card because it means that there is still a future. Okay, so these 2 cards are the past. Interesting. You are the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, she's very, very stable. She's considered the devout housewife and the responsible partner. So it's interesting that your partner has this, they're confused. They've got this 8 of Swords. And I just get that sense of they're kind of wilting because you're a stronger person in the relationship than they are. But this is the past. When we get to the month of July, we're getting a little bit more stability here. Your partner is about to turn a corner, if you will. They are focused on building a home. They're interested in stability. This is good. And you are stepping it up. This is a very serious card. It's about responsibility and tradition. So sometimes when I see this in a relationship energy, I do get this sense of family obligations, children, marriage. Keep in mind the priest is usually conducting weddings as well. So it seems like from here, your partner gets some of these pentacles, the stability of the relationship. They were confused, but they're ready to move on. You are the mediator. It feels like you are sort of grounded in this relationship as you make those plans. Now, when we get to the future, it's very interesting because it feels like your partner is taking an emotional setback. This is a 4 of Cups, and you see that little boy pouting, right? Okay, and you see the mermaid holding a cup like it's not so bad. What are you moping for? You have more than you need. So being a spoiled brat, that's usually what I think of. Emotional unavailability, not being grateful, wanting to have your way. And I'm not saying this is going to be like a big, huge temper tantrum or issues, but some of you Leos might notice the water energy pulling your partner away a little bit. In the meantime, Leos, you've got more fire energy because you are a fire sign, And look at that. You've got a Six of Wands. And that is about victory. It's also about power. Also note that your wands go from 3 to 6. So you're making more wands. You are being productive in the relationship. You're pushing the relationship forward. But there's a possibility your partner might be resentful because they still want to slow things down, and they might start, as I said, emotionally you're going to feel a little bit of tension. That's definitely a possibility. Anyway, that was your reading, Leo. And if you would like your own personal reading, just like this, your personal relationship readings, they are $10 for the month of it, for the entire summer, actually, until Labor Day. So go ahead, go to tarotbyaire.com and book a reading. And I hope you're having a great summer as well. I also see a lot of interesting things happening for you, Leos, as you approach August. So it looks like you guys are making big plans for the future in this relationship. Your partner, not so much. So I wish you love and light, and I'll see you next month. Hello, Virgo. This is your tarot reading for the month of July 2019. This will be my 7-card relationship reading. So you're going to get 7 cards. There will be a row of cards here for you, a row of cards here for your partner, and then 1 card in the middle that gives me an idea of the energy between you two. So let's start with your cards. You have a 7 of Cups. You have a 2 of Swords. And a 6 of Cups. Your partner has 9 of Wands. Two of Wands reversed. This showed up in the last reading, I believe. And then an 8 of Swords. So very interesting here. It's interesting that, oh, 1 more card. 4 of Wands. Now, a couple things that I noticed here. The Wands are in the middle, 4 of Wands. This is a card of celebration and happiness and overcoming obstacles. And so your partner seems to have been drawing a lot of this Wands energy, which kind of tells me that maybe this is about a struggle for your partner in the relationship. And interestingly enough, what I see going on with you, Virgos, by the way, there are no pentacles. Pentacles are they represent earth. Earth is your element. These 2 cards are both about indecision. The 7 of Cups, it's about you've got to choose a card. And sometimes it can mean procrastination and daydreams and never getting around to action. And then, of course, this is the 2 of Swords. This is the card of indecision. And sometimes it can mean a disconnect between your head and your heart. But overall, it means stuck, that 2 people can't agree, they can't get on the same page. And I think it's interesting that while you have a 2 of Swords here, your partner has that 2 of Wands reversed. This is about successful partnerships. And I'm getting the feeling that your partner is not being a good partner. Now, the way these cards are arranged, these 2 cards are the past, present, and future. So as I said, you've got indecision here. And then your partner here has this 9 of Wands. And this is about learning from the past, learning from bad decisions. But you see that she's also preparing for what's in front of her. So she's got all those wands behind her because they taught her a lesson. They gave her some strengths to work with. And so I kind of feel like your partner is still trying to make your partner is basically trying to make dumb mistakes, but I'm not sure if they've resolved all their issues. So when we get here, once again, you're undecided. You're not quite sure you're ready to move forward. And your partner is sort of pulling away from the connection with you. So what happens in the future? It looks like your partner, Eight of Swords is usually about confusion and feeling trapped. You have a Six of Cups, and sometimes that can mean sentimental memories. Sometimes it can mean an ex-partner coming back. What I see going on between the two of you is you're also kind of emotionally checking out. You're kind of wishing, you know, our relationship used to be so much better, but my partner here just can't get off the pot. And that's where July is going to take you to. Now, I feel like with the energy of this card in the middle, that it feels like you two will work through this. But it's going to be very frustrating to you. And I think there are going to be times during the summer where you might actually seriously contemplate whether you'll be in a relationship with your partner anymore. So anyway, that's the reading. And if you would like your own personal reading like this on video, $10 for the entire summer. Go to tarotbyaire.com and book an appointment. I do hope your summer has been lovely. I'll see you next month, of course. And as always, I wish you love and light. Hello, Libras. This is your love and relationship reading for July 2019. So, I'm going to cut the cards. This will be my 7-card relationship reading spread. And it's very popular. It's being offered for $10 for the entire summer, by the way. So go to tarotbyaire.com if you're interested. And so 3 cards for you, 3 for your partner, 1 in the middle. This is a Queen of Pentacles, a Page of Wands, and a Ten of Pentacles. Now, it's always funny for me because when these cards keep showing up over and over again, because Pentacles have been quite a theme, as well as the Page of Wands. Your partner has the Hermit, Knight of Swords, and the King of Wands. All right, so one more card. This will go in the middle. I have a 7 of Pentacles. So what I find interesting just looking for now, you've got a lot of Pentacles energy on your side in the middle. So maybe you're the more dominant one here. This is a 7 of Pentacles, and this is always the waiting card. You know, just waiting for something to move forward, waiting for the fruits of your labor. You see them waiting for things to grow. So that's where you guys are right now. You're waiting for things to grow. But also, these 2 cards are the past, these 2 are the present for you two, and then this is the future. I'm kind of seeing, interestingly enough, the interesting thing with this Swords Libra, the Queen of Swords is Libra in this tarot deck. So what you've got going on here, the King of Swords is Aquarius. And so that leaves Gemini here with that Knight of Swords, but it's still air energy with your partner here. You have no swords, but I wouldn't worry about it because I kind of feel that you need to be a little bit more grounded and stable right now. Okay, so keep in mind Pentacles are slow because they represent Earth, and Earth never moves, but grounded, stability, responsibility, commitment, problem solving. Those are some good things. That's some good energy there from those Pentacles. So those are going to help you out. But they're also slow. And it looks like your partner here in the future is going to be much more speedy. So here's the first impression. Your partner might, their energy in the relationship is probably going to be a little bit quicker than yours. I see them overpowering you here. When we go to the past, you have a Queen of Pentacles. And yeah, she is affiliated with feminine energy. She represents the good housewife, the woman who um, keeps everything stable and you know, grounded. But it also means that there's this nice commitment energy. You're committed to the relationship. You just want to take your time. And so your partner has the Hermit. And this is interesting because knowing that the theme of your story here with your partner is waiting, it kind of feels like your partner has a little bit of hesitance about moving forward from the past. Maybe they took their time here. And here you are with the stability. You've got everything going on as far as, you know, your life, where you live, your career. And so it looks like your partner's longing for you. They're looking for someone like you who can check off all the boxes. When we come here to the present with this Seven of Pentacles between you, present in July at least, once again, you have a Page of Wands, and this is about new adventures. It's about excitement, and it can also be good news because a page can also deliver a message. And your partner here is now very fearless. The Knight of Swords represents the type of energy where you're ready to move on. You attack because Knights are about war, they're about change. And so your partner's ready to change the momentum. They're ready to get it started. But when we come here, knowing that Pentacles are the slowest energy and knowing that Wands are the fastest energy, again, there's a danger for you this month that your partner is going to be going much more quicker in the relationship than you, which might cause some problems. It might even be that you're more comfortable waiting, seeing things through, feeling things out, playing it by ear. But this King of Wands, kings are authorities. They're very dominant. And I feel like your partner will feel like they need to take over the relationship. But for right now, for all of you Libras, it just looks like there's going to be different tempos for the both of you. So anticipate that as you go throughout the rest of the summer. And that was your reading. Remember, $10 to get your own video reading. I'll see you next month. And as always, I wish you love and light. Hello, Scorpio. This is your love and relationship reading for July 2019. And this will be my 7-card relationship energy spread. And if by the end of this video you also want your own reading, it's only $10 for a video reading. So $10, go to tarotbyaire.com and book an appointment. So 7 cards. There will be 3 cards for you, 3 cards for your partner, 1 card in the middle. Your cards. You have the Wheel of the Year. Sometimes it's called the Wheel of Fortune. This can mean a change in luck. You have Strength. And then you have a 5 of Swords. Okay, now here are your partner's cards. They have Temperance, Page of Swords, and then 3 of Wands, which has been showing up a lot. 1 more card, it goes in the middle, 8 of Swords, and that's been showing up. So a number of interesting things going on here. In the middle, what's the theme of your relationship, the energy of your relationship right now, is an 8 of Swords. And this is a card that is about feeling there are no options. You feel like you're hemmed in, that you have no freedom. And sometimes it means that you're stuck on a problem, and it's a matter of you seeing the problem a different way. So she has to take the blindfold off to see, oh, I can just step around the swords. Where are the obstacles here? And so that's what is going on in your relationship. You both are like, well, what are the obstacles here? Why are we having issues? What's going on? And so it takes clarity to see that. Now, these two cards are the past, and then this is July, and this is the future. So as we come here to the past, you're coming into July with the Wheel of the Year. This is a sign of good luck. And your partner has Temperance, which is about peace and healing and emotional balance. You see those two cups. Cups represent emotions and feelings and water. And so you see her back and forth. And she also has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the ground. So balance. She's grounded, but she's feeling. Feeling and thinking are together. They're one. So this is a good impression here, because it feels like you are turning into, your luck is turning, and your partner is also healing and ready for a relationship. So as we go into July, we have Strength, and that's a good card because it is about taming the ego. You see that infinity sign here, the lemniscat. That is about infinite power, so within, so without. That's what Strength is. Your partner has this Page of Swords, and this is a card about the truth, getting clarity. And it's also about being on the defense. You're attacking something that's toxic and negative, and you're not afraid to address it. So what I'm seeing here are some interesting conversations. Swords represent air. Air is about thinking, perceiving reality. And so I get the feeling that there are some decisions or some conversations that your partner is going to have with you, and you're like just trying to keep everything grounded. You're trying to handle what they think about the relationship. I also get a little bit of a disagreement from your partner, so maybe that's what that's about. So it gets interesting here when we go to after July, as we head into the far out future. That 5 of Swords, it can mean rejection. It can mean losing a battle. And your partner has this 3 of Wands, which is the card of expectations. They're not complete yet. You don't know what's going to happen, but you're in a wait and see. But you're waiting for good things. And so the impression I'm getting for the future is that you might feel a little bit put off by your partner's defensiveness in July, their disagreements, but in a way it feels like this is something that's only going to help the relationship get better. And what I'm seeing here in the future are different expectations. I see you thinking about what it is you really want in a relationship, defending yourself, asking for what you want. But your partner here, as I said, it's about their expectations and how you need to sort of step up and demand what your expectations are as well. Okay? So, you know, conflicts that happen in every relationship, growing pains, but I do see a little bit of disagreement between the two of you, and it's going to probably take a little while longer for you two to get on the same page. And so that was my reading, and just a reminder, $10 for your own video reading. If you would like your own relationship reading, go to tarotbyaire.com. I hope you're having a wonderful summer. I'll see you next month, and as always, I wish you love and light. Hello, Sagittarius. This is your love and relationship reading for July 2019. So shuffling. And now I'm going to cut the cards. This will be my 7-card relationship energy spread. Much more precise as far as information about what your partner is thinking and feeling. And if you watch this video, if you would like your own video reading for relationships, they're only $10 for the entire summer. So let's get started. The first 3 cards will be yours on this side, and then 3 for your partner, 1 in the middle. The first card is Nine of Swords, the drama card. Eight of Swords, Ace of Cups. Okay, your partner's cards. Page of Cups, Five of Cups, Queen of Swords. One more card, King of Cups. So lots of cups energy going around here, and your partner here has some of that cups. It feels, it feels as if your partner is falling in love with you faster than you've fallen in love with your partner. That's why we've got the swords here, the drama, confusion. Your partner, this is the Page of Cups, is about a crush. It can also be about falling in love, messages of love. Maybe your partner gave you, these two cards are the past, so maybe your partner told you I love you and you're like, oh my God, this drama. Because Sagittarians, let's face it, when it comes to love, it's not that you're just weepy. You're a fire sign. You're very passionate. But it also feels like some of you Sagittarians just have no patience for the mushy stuff. So when we get here to the month of July here, you're still like Eight of Swords. This is about feeling confusion, just trying to get clarity in the relationship, trying to understand what direction do you want the relationship to go in. And your partner here is so sad because it feels, really, it does feel like your partner is going through changes because, as I said, I get this feeling that they're more emotionally committed than you, that they fell harder. And what's between you two, this King of Cups, this is a lovely energy. It's not about losing control in love. It's about being smart about love. And the King is an authority figure. But this is always a good card because the King of Cups is about keeping your emotions under control, unconditional love, and so this is a good card between you two. It means that you two have good heads on your shoulders when it comes to love. Although, as I said, it feels like your partners might be a little bit more emotionally vulnerable than you. So it's interesting. Your partner has all the cups, but you've got all the swords because you're like anxious. You're like, do I want to release and fall in love? Do I want to release my feelings? So when I get here, it's funny because all you two have are nothing but swords and cups. Cups representing emotion and swords representing thinking, analyzing. And so now we switch. You have an Ace of Cups where you're ready to begin a relationship or you're emotionally opening up. Your partner has that Queen of Swords. Now they're like, okay, I think I'm ready, but now that you're ready, it's sort of like, okay, but you really, I really didn't appreciate you pushing me off and making me wait and making me miserable. So yeah, you and your partner definitely have different energies. You know what you're doing, you're very confident, and it feels like your partner just needs a little bit more reassurance. So yeah, very interesting how that dynamic between the swords and the cups worked out. So that was your reading. You'll be fine, Sagittarius. You just need to be patient because fire is a very quick energy. But again, you can get your own video reading just like this for $10 for the entire summer until Labor Day. I hope you are having a wonderful summer. I will see you next month, and as always, I wish you love and light. Hello, Capricorn. This is your love and relationship reading for July 2019. Oops, a card almost fell out. The Hermit. So this will be my 7-card relationship reading. There will be 3 cards here for you. There will be 3 cards for your partner across from you, and then 1 card in the middle. Okay, so the first card we have is a 7, it's a 9 of Swords. I thought it was a 7 of Swords. Your next card is a King of Swords. This represents Aquarius. So yeah, the swords have been showing up in a lot of the readings. And your last card is a King of Cups. So you've got this shift in decisions. Kings represent authority, they represent decisions. And this has been showing, the weird thing is that this card has been showing up here on this side at this position 2 other times in the readings. So I have a feeling that if for some of you you're doing cross readings, you're looking at your partner's energy too, that Swords is coming up a lot. This is your partner's card. Lovers. Nine of Cups. And then a 10 of Wands. Last card, it goes in the middle. This is the Chariot. Okay, so I will start with the card here in the middle. This gives us the most information about what's going on in a reading, what's connecting you to. Chariot is about power, using your power to get what you want. And that's because you have these 2 horses riding on clouds under the moon. The moon represents the subconscious, the clouds represents dreams, goals, inspiration. So where we got the horses to work together, the black and the white, the conscious, the subconscious is black, the conscious is white. And so when your consciousness, the things that you can see, think, feel, and know, match up with your subconscious, which is invisible, unlimited power. Let me put it one more way before I go into the other readings. Many times in our life we're prevented, we don't achieve our goals, we don't go after what we want because our subconscious, many times some of us are dealing with a subconscious that's telling us no, 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 and it keeps disagreeing with your consciousness. In your consciousness, what you are actually aware of, you might want to make $1 million, you might want to get married. But then the subconscious, which holds all the residual issues from the past, any hurt and the pain, it's your memory card. That, if there are unresolved issues, that can actually cause a conflict with your conscious, and you actually end up getting in your own way. So when your subconscious is disagreeing with your conscious, you know you want something. But if you had a bad childhood, dysfunctional family, you went through a lot of trauma, your subconscious is like, I need to heal. I'm not sure I can do this. Lots of negative messaging. So you got to get your consciousness and your subconscious on the same page. That the dreams that you have, the aspirations you have, match up with your consciousness and vice versa. That the things that you want in life consciously, your subconscious isn't resisting. It's not resisting with fear. It's not resisting with negative messages. It's not resisting with the pain of what other people bring to you. Okay, because many times we allow people to get into our energy and really disrupt our subconscious and steer us the wrong way, and we listen to those voices, things can go terribly wrong. So you might really want something consciously, but if someone's negative energy sort of gets in there and you allow other people to tell you what to do, to make you afraid, then yeah, you're going to have sort of like, you're going to come to a standstill. So that's why this was more of an extended discussion that I wanted to give, but I wanted to I wanted to educate you a little bit about the power of the Chariot and why it's so important in a relationship reading. So when we come here to the past, interesting, Sagittarius also had this little drama, and I shuffle these cards pretty well. So when this card keeps showing up in the same position, as I said, I think a lot of you, if you do the cross readings, you might find that your partner also had the same card. So you've got Nine of Swords, lots of drama, negative energy from another person, and then there's the Lover's card with your partner. Now the Lover's card, very sexual, and it's not necessarily about marriage or commitment. So the Lover's card is like, I can't live with you, I can't live without you. The sexual tension just sort of overrides everything. You're completely lost in each other, that type of energy. And it feels spiritual, like there's a soulmate. But if you had a Two of Cups show up with the Lover's card, yeah, there's sort of like some soulmate energy going on. But for some reason, this Lover's energy, maybe some of you were intimate and it's the morning after and you're worried, like, where is this relationship going? But I also feel like some of you might be having a little bit drama or being a little anxious because you're not sure if this is going to be committed. Is this person here just for the ride, or are they really going to leave you high and dry? So these kings on your side, this King of Swords actually represents Aquarius. But the King of Swords is an intelligent, wise person, and usually it represents a lawyer or a judge or a teacher, someone who's very intellectual and thinks. And in a way, Capricorn, you do that too. You've got that Pentacles Earth energy where you take your time to slow down and think things out. But the thing about the King of Swords is that he's much more decisive. He's a little bit more, the King of Swords is different from a King of Pentacles because he's more analytical. The Pentacles is more practical. They look at the things that are visible, that are more literal. But the King of Swords thinks in analogies. And I feel like you might be overthinking, but as I said, I get a lot of hesitation from you because of those swords. So your partner has a Nine of Cups. This is the sociability card. It's the party card. It's the be with your loved ones and dinner with friends and family. So again, they're here for a good time. That's how I'm interpreting these cards. They're just enjoying the ride. Doesn't mean they won't be committed in the future. You've got that between you. But they're just taking their pace, and you're like, why aren't they acting more interested in me? Because you have a whole list of things that for you mean a stable relationship. So it's interesting that when we get here to the future, your King of Swords transitions to that King of Cups, and your partner, on the other hand, is kind of feeling like overwhelmed. This Ten of Swords, it's the card of stress and feeling you've taken on more that you can handle. But the good thing is that the number 10 is about the end. And after the number 10, you start over with the Ace. So yeah, your partner is being sociable. They might be engaged. They love spending time with you. But it feels like some of that passionate emotional energy, they might be pulling back a little bit. I wouldn't be worried about that. It just means that they're shifting too. But you're getting to that, you know, I like this person, but I'm not going to go crazy in love. I'm just going to, because you're Capricorn, you're more practical. So you're just going to invest your feelings slowly and judiciously. That's what the King of Cups is about, until you can feel that this person is really up for a serious relationship. And that was my reading. And again, $10 for your own video reading for your relationship. This is a special for the entire summer. So I hope you are enjoying your summer. I wish you guys a happy 4th of July. I'll see you next month. And as always, I wish you love and light. Hello, Aquarius. This is your love and relationship reading for July 2019. So, this will be my 7-card relationship reading with 3 cards for you on one side, 3 cards for your partner, one card in the middle for both of you. Okay, so the first card we have is a Two of Pentacles for you. Ace of Pentacles. You know, everyone, all the readings have been getting mixed matched energies. I believe I did Capricorn, and I believe they got a King of Swords, which is Aquarius. So it's interesting how everyone's not getting their element. This is a Four of Wands. For your partner, we have Nine of Pentacles, and Pentacles have been pretty dominant this month. Don't know why, but this is a Five of Swords. Last card for your partner, a Three of Swords. Now this is interesting because this is the card of joy and happiness. And these swords are a little bit more depressing. This is the card in the middle. It's the Star. It's about hope. Okay, so here's what we've got going on. Lots of Pentacles energy, which is good because it represents air. It represents earth, and it's stable and grounded. So when you have here, we have you busy, and then we have a Nine of Pentacles here. This person is happy. Sometimes it means prosperity and the good life. But it seems like because you're busy, note how his back is turned toward the water. So it feels like some of you Aquarians are sort of backing off towards love. Some of you might have actually been trying to transition from a different relationship. Sometimes this means juggling 2 jobs, 2 homes, 2 relationships, 2 of something. But it's also about trying to keep everything in balance. And I think that means a lot to you, Aquarius. Your partner, happy, ready for anything. But it seems like, you know, you're not quite ready to just let loose, okay? You're afraid of a crash and burn. So yeah, the card in the middle, I'll finish this card in the middle, then I'll return. But these two were the past, these are the present, this is the future. Of course, this is the card of hope. And just like Temperance, there are 2 jugs of water. We're balancing our emotions, but we're also very optimistic and we have hope. So this is a lovely card to have, especially since there are no other major arcana cards here. The Star is very nice. It means hang in there no matter what happens. So when we get to the month of July, you have an Ace of Pentacles. Note how you Aquarians dropped a pentacle. You've been busy, you haven't been able to pay much attention to your partner, or there have been some really big issues that you were focusing on, and now you dropped one of the pentacles. You're like, I don't have to juggle anymore. I can focus on the relationship. Now, this doesn't mean falling in love. It just means new opportunities. In a relationship reading, it can mean dating, getting to know someone, the beginning of a relationship. This is a Five of Swords. Now, there seems to be sometimes this card is the card of rejection. It means defeat or losing a battle. And sometimes it can just mean hostility, wanting to demolish your enemies and lashing out. Big disagreement, big argument. So for some reason, I see you two, I see your partner, I don't know, they're going from having a great time and it feels like they're wounded. There's something bothering them. There's a grudge. And maybe this was about you holding back. And so now you're like, okay, what can I do? Let's try to compromise. And they want to have hurt feelings. Maybe you decided to date someone or keep your options open and they're like really hurt. So when we get here, we have a Three of Swords. They're still wounded, but they're healing. And then this is also the card of celebration. In a way, these are both cards of celebration and happiness. But this card is about, now that we've overcome our obstacles, let's celebrate. Let's move forward. Okay? So you two, your partner is going to be a little bit irritable, rejected, lots of ego issues with your partner. But as I said, what's keeping you two together or keeping the connection is this star in the middle. And this is a star of hope. 8 is also an important number as well. So it's a part of a journey. And whatever the obstacles are, if you've been in a long-term relationship, chances are this is the oracle saying you'll get past it. So that was your reading, Aquarius. Remember, $10 video reading just like this for the entire summer, only $10. Have a great summer. I'll see you next month. And as always, I wish you love and light.